What is up, everybody? It is Friday here. Half day. Basically, it's gonna be 12:15 real soon. It is 6:06 a.m. in the morning, and probably by the time I upload this video, probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon, my time, Central Time. But like I said, I am eventually going to be moving out, but it's going to take a little bit longer than what I thought. The electric people came yesterday. They installed everything. They installed my drive, not the electric company, but bout. They installed my drive. Everything else is in the works, and all I'm doing is just waiting for my trailer that I'm getting. Hopefully it's gonna be real soon. Hoping they move out of it real soon. But yeah, it's just waiting patiently. Somebody told me a wise man waits very, very patiently, or is very, very patient. So, and he even said that that's even fit enough to be a king. I was out of my, I said, I don't know about no king, but I can be one of the wisest men around. But if it came to it, in my family a long time ago, I guess none of my ancestors, they came from Scotland, and I found that out. They came from Scotland or Ireland, somewhere around in there. My last name. And I looked it up. It says something about being into the royal family and stuff like that in ancient times. But I don't know what part of a royal family they were in. It didn't really give any information. And that's the thing that kind of internet, sometimes they don't give you a whole lot amount of information, especially when you're trying to look up something. But I found that out the other night because somebody asked me, well, where does your family name come from? And I spoke up and said, well, mine came from Ireland. Mine came from either Ireland or Scotland. So when it comes to those two names of countries, someone in that country had to have the same last name as me, had to have some type of history with my name. But who can prove that my name was royal blood? Nobody can. Because it's too late for that. I guess that's the only reason why a lot of people respect me in some way, because I respect everybody else. I treat everybody with kindness. I don't, treat them like crap. I don't disrespect people. And everybody is always telling me, if it were the King's Day or a king, like back in century time, everybody always tells me you've been like a great king, for the people back in ancient times. And I told him, I said, well, I don't want to be no king. I would have stayed true and humble to the people, but I wouldn't want no being no king. I wouldn't want to be a king of the throne. Because to me, it's just too much responsibility. I mean, you gotta worry about the people, you gotta worry about you. You gotta worry about you like 24/7. Make sure you don't get assassinated by somebody else. And that's the thing. If you were a king back in ancient times, it's like I'm reading a book right now called The President's Men, and very interesting book. Well, it talks about every president's man, all the way up to every president there is. I think it goes all the way up to George W. Bush. And I think it stops right there. But it's an older book. Very good book so far. I've been reading it. I started on it last night. Very good book. I don't really read a whole lot of history books, but that one kind of caught my eye. And I guess someone owned up to President Nixon's assassination back in, I want to say, 2010 or 11, I believe it was. And I'm sure it wasn't that guy. I think he ended up being like 90 years old. At that time, that person's been away and got away with it for that long. Didn't even, and he's like 90 years old, and he gets caught for, that long of time. And just let the man be free, shit, it's in history. You can't go back and change time, Yeah, they might have found the weapons that, proof that he done it. But don't give him, like, prison time. Because he's 90 years old. Usually when people that are 90 years old, when they go to prison, they don't survive. Oh, well, because of their age. Unless they join some type of gang or some buff dude takes advantage of them because they're older or something. And I've never been to prison, but that's the thing. That, if you're, just the way this justice system is sometimes kind of irritates me on some things. But back to my main story is that been reading President's Man book, very good book. If you're into history, it talks about all the presidents, his men, bodyguards, the ones that protect Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. Talks about them, and from the very beginning, very, very interesting about our forefathers in the United States of America. History to me is very important. Everybody should know at least some part of their history. Even about their country or wherever. Even about their country and stuff. That's the thing. They should at least know a little bit of history of it. They should know at least the Bill of Rights. I passed that test with flying colors when I was in school. I just love history. That's just my thing. Now, my favorite subject is funeral Japan because I like karate and stuff like that. And I can tell you everything about funeral Japan, ancient time Japan, and ancient time China. Those are the only two eras I like in history. But I don't. There's some other countries I don't understand about, and sometimes our history can be kind of boring because all it is people fight with guns, and it's like, where are the swords? Where are the Vikings? Where are the samurais? Where are the Mongolians? I like histories like that where it talks about fighting for freedom and stuff like that, and how we got our freedom to this day, and like how the blacks came up to rise and fight with us against the South, where they can be free. That's the history that I like. And there's a story that my grandpa mentioned, was that he met Jesse James when he was younger. Well, Jesse James was a train robber. Well, I knew that a long time ago. So, when I was real little. So, it's always good to know your history no matter where you are, where you're at any time. Seven Donald signing out.